We have created Uniontown to demonstrate how we can support the transformation of the credit union. This is a special day for us here in Uniontown because we get to show you around and give you a taste of what we can do for you. Some of our guests, however, may not be aware of all of what we do, so it warrants a proper introduction. Who is MC Systems? We are a company of innovators with 45 years experience in creating technologies that have transformed businesses, government, and the lives of all consumers. We operate in 19 countries across the region, serving over 400 customers in the areas of financial services, public sector, education, telecoms, and entertainment. We have received over 16 awards, including the Jamaica Exporters Association Award for Champion Exporter in 2016, a first for a technology company. That was just one in a line of firsts for us. Over 4 decades of serving the Jamaican marketplace, we have released 7 first-to-market solutions for businesses and government. We are a company of firsts, and we are proud of that. We are systems integrators, created integrated solutions using specific technical skills as well as knowledge of customers' business needs to deliver solutions that work. We are platform technology providers, providing service through infrastructure and/or software platforms. We are value-added resellers, reselling hardware and software with defined added value. As a result of that, we are category leaders for payments and ATMs, pioneers in software development, trusted experts with 40 years experience in payroll solutions, and fierce contenders in audit and analytics, business intelligence, and infrastructure services. We are MC Systems, the technology partner that stands ready to take the credit union sector firmly into the future. The future of business is digital. The future of the credit union business is digital. And as you get ready to take hold of the future, we want you to know that we can take you there. You may ask, what does this digital future look like? It's robust platforms that integrate processes so they can deliver fast, data-rich customer solutions. Adoption of blockchain technology to augment records validation and auditing. Artificial intelligence to boost data analytics. General data protection regulations to ensure these are embedded within your customer-facing interactions so customers' data is protected at all times. In this future, we are using digital technologies to transform business ideas to value. And that makes me the most important thing I wanted to talk to you about today. Ideas. Yes, ideas. At MC Systems, we are big on ideas. Major innovations all begin with ideas. Disruption begins with ideas. The solutions you seek begin with your ideas. You know your sector. You have participated in its transformation over the years. No doubt you have been mulling over ideas about the way you operate and how you must change to fulfill the pending BOJ legislation. You have come to the right place. Because at MC Systems, not only are we well experienced in working and innovating in a BOJ-regulated sector, we are good at dealing with ideas. We are at taking them, turning them into action, and giving them back to you so you can gain value in your business. We have done it over and over again, and we are confident that we can do it again for you. So we will share with you in Uniontown what we can do for you, our groundbreaking innovations, and our signature solutions while showcasing the breadth of our experience. And in turn, we want you to share with us your ideas about the future of the credit union sector. Ladies and gentlemen of the credit unions in Jamaica, this afternoon is all about you. I know you will enjoy your time in Uniontown, the place where the credit unions can be transformed by the innovations of MC Systems. Let's hear your ideas and let's create a great future together. Enjoy your town.
I would like to also express my absolute delight that you could join us for Uniontown today. We have very exciting stuff lined up for you. We're going to show you many attractions, treat you to some delectable cuisine, enchant you with music, and most importantly, impress you with our innovative technologies. At the end of today, I would like for you to appreciate the fact that we are your preferred, valuable technology partner. A partner indeed that will lead you into that digital future William spoke about earlier. Now, if you're ready for Uniontown, let me hear you say, aye, aye, Captain. We will begin with Analytics Park. This is where you will find audit and analytics, payroll solutions, and our business intelligence services. We have some professionals lined up to share with you some best practices. So let's start with analytics, where risks are easily managed. And to tell us a little bit more about that, I introduce to you Mr. Javion Nevins. There he is.
Good afternoon, everyone. Well, I am the auditor on the team. We are here today to talk about risk management and regulatory compliance. So we have positioned ourselves to be your technology partner in this arena. The credit union has been experiencing some environmental changes, more so by the BOJ, and we are here to help you. And some of those regulatory requirements that you have to meet, for example, are AML compliant, to be AML compliant, such as to know your customer, transaction threshold monitoring, and suspicious transaction. So you have to meet all of these. And let me tell you, the audit and analytics department can help you to meet all of those. Basically hands-free. With our governance, risk and compliance platform. This is new. We partner with ACL Technologies to market and produce this platform for you. So it is a solution for the credit unions to meet those regulatory requirements by BOJ. It consists of a module that allows the risk unit, the audit unit, even the process owners to collaborate on a single platform. Yes, it does. And also it has a very intelligent module in it that can trigger notifications. So you can be on your way to Singapore or Timbuktu. And once the system picks up the criteria in your data, it can notify you via mobile phone, and you can see what's happening in your department. It also has the capabilities for you to storyboard. So your general manager, your CEO don't have to be a user of the platform, or have to be a named user on the platform to benefit from this. Our partner has been in the audit sphere and the risk sphere for over 30 years. And they draw on years of experience in developing this platform. And let me tell you, we can make analytics a walk in the park for you. So back to you, Dodrick.
Thank you very much, Javion. And from analytics, we transition to payroll solutions, where Chad God will tell us how and why our payroll solutions sell off. Over to you, Chad.
Thank you, Mr. Director. So this is the payroll solutions section of the park. At this section, you will find a solution to all of your payroll challenges and issues. And if you're not already using a solution from MC Systems, then we know that the challenges are numerous. We know, for example, that you may have challenges with the tax calculations from the last changes that happened in 2016. Even in 2018, some companies are still having these challenges, mainly because you're not using MC Systems' latest solution. We know that your system may not be stable. It's working today, tomorrow it's not working. Again, you're having these challenges because you're not using the latest solution from MC Systems. And we also know, if those two weren't enough, when you have issues with your system and you need them to be fixed, it may take you days, weeks, months to actually get them resolved. Again, MC Systems Payroll Solutions are the answer to your challenges. So we have two main solutions, BizPay Enterprise and BizPay Central. BizPay Enterprise is designed for large, medium to large size organizations, and BizPay Central is for your smaller organizations. Now, the two systems actually share the core. The core is similar. You get all the features, the basic features that you need in both, but BizPay Enterprise gives you more advanced features, more advanced reporting, general ledger integration, multi-currency, multiple pension schemes, automatic calculation of hourly rates, etc. And these two editions are available via the cloud. We're in the 21st century. We're moving into the third decade in the 21st century. The cloud is where the future of payroll is. And we know that some persons are apprehensive about the cloud and having their data in the cloud. So I'd also like to take this opportunity to just briefly tell you about the benefits of cloud payroll from MC Systems. So the first benefit leads back to compliance, because with a cloud payroll system, you're always using the most up-to-date version of the software. So even though in 2016 we would have released patches to patch the products to get them compliant, we still, for our on-premise customers, we had to send out the patches, and unfortunately some of them did not actually install the patches, so they still had an issue with CAG at the end of the year. So compliance is the #1 reason. Followed after that is disaster recovery. So being in the cloud, it means that your data is offsite, it's secure. Even if there's a disaster on your premises could burn flat to the ground, God forbid, but your payroll system would still be available and your employees can get paid as they help you to rebuild your company. The next thing is data security. And this is the thing that people actually assume, that because it's in the cloud, it's less secure. But the opposite is actually true with a solution from MC Systems, because our cloud partner is Microsoft. So Microsoft last year spent about $1 billion on cybersecurity. So their system is very secure. If your IT department spent anything near to that last year, then maybe you're on par, but I'm guessing you didn't. So our system is actually more secure than your in-house system. And IBM also recently, in a survey, told us that 60% of attacks actually happen internal to your network, not externally. So with MC systems, you are secure. And the other thing, of course, is cost. So having a cloud solution means you don't have to pay for licenses, you don't have to pay for the server, the database server licenses, your IT persons to install and maintain. You don't have to pay for offsite storage. Everything is included in that package. So those of you who are not already using our systems, I would implore you after the tour to come back and speak to us so we can get you on track for 2019 at least. That's one less thing that you'll have to worry about. Thank you.
And now, what would the world be without business? What would the world be without some form of intelligence? What a world would that be? Now you put both of them together and you get what I call big on data. And so Nicholas Lawrence will share with you his best practices, business intelligence services. Nicholas.
All right, thank you, Dodger. Good afternoon again, everyone. Thank you for stopping by. So first of all, the question is, what is business intelligence? In very simple terms, business intelligence is about strategy. And to explain to you exactly what I mean by that, I'll share with you a basic example. So did you know that MC Systems Business Intelligence Services are actually connected to the Traffic Amnesty Program? Yes. Because imagine a scenario where you have two separate systems. One system responsible for recording your traffic tickets and another completely different system for recording payments. Now, without that holistic view, it's exceedingly difficult to actually strategize. Because then you have that wealth of information stored, but not truly valuable, not truly tapped into. So then with business intelligence, this is how the strategy comes into play. We were able to extract information from those two separate systems, got to analyzing that data, and then came up with an holistic view. And from those results, leaders were then able to sit down and to assess and to strategize. And then they could say, for example, if on a monthly basis I issue an average of $10 million in traffic tickets, yet I only ever collect on average $4 million. Then with that information, they could think to themselves and say, well, that's a lot of untapped or missed revenue. How could I then get to access the rest of that wealth, the rest of that revenue? They could then say to themselves, for example, that, well, let's offer to the customers the opportunity to repay without any penalties. And thus, from that, the Traffic Amnesty Program was born. So then, in general, when we get to strategizing, we typically rely on two types of information. We rely on facts, or we may rely on our assumptions based on experiences that we may have had in the past. Now, what business intelligence allows you to do is to validate those assumptions. And with that, you're able to reduce the risk associated with your strategies and maximize revenues. And then when you look at some of the most successful companies, they're big on data, because in the 21st century, data is considered widely to be the new oil. So take Amazon, for example. They rely heavily on business intelligence, even as simple as to just make product recommendations or to market. As simple as it may seem, it makes a really, really big difference. So I would encourage you to look to business intelligence to tap into that wealth of information that you're already recording in your transactional systems on a day-to-day basis. From that information, you can learn about the behavior of your customers. You can learn and improve your operational efficiencies. You can even from that tap into new market segments, create new products and services, and with that, gain the strategic advantage that you need to succeed in the current marketplace. Thank you very much.
Now, this is Union Town, okay? So from the park, we're going to stroll to the arcade, and we're going to go around to what we call Playment Arcade, and this is where the ATM meets the payment. On a normal day, would perhaps have an arcade game in here that you could play, but not so today, sorry. And we have here Mr. Horace Sinclair, who will tell you a little bit more about payments, the Playment Arcade, and he's very strong on the whole convenience of clients, as well as to ensure that each business does not miss a single sale. Over to Horace.
Thank you, Audrey. Now, the Playment Arcade, we are responsible actually for making life pretty easy for your customers and pretty convenient for you too. We provide services such as the ATM, as I have here on my right to your left, and to my left, point of sale devices. Now, the aim here, why should your customers have to walk into your banking hall to make a withdrawal of $1,000 or $2,000? Why should your customers, they have come in contact with a few $1,000s and want to deposit it to their account, why should they walk into your banking hall and join a line to deposit funds there? The ATM as we have it here will make life a lot easier for you and a lot more convenient for your customers. Because what we have right beside me here is what we call the Cash Recycler ATM. Now, this is a special type of ATM that allows your users, your members, I think you refer to them as members, it allows your members to deposit funds up to 200 notes inside here, and it automatically calculates and checks the deposit. So if you put a bundle of notes, $100, $1,000, $500, everything, this machine is able to detect and know how many $1,000 you deposited, how many 500, how many 5,000, all the various notes, and it will do a direct deposit to the customers, to your members' account, without any human intervention. If there are checks can also be deposited inside the machine too. There's a deposit a slot here for checks. So if you insert, somebody writes a check, it will detect that this is a check for $5,699.25. It will detect it and actually bring it up on the screen and ask the customer, is this your deposit amount? The customer says yes, and it sends it back. Now, clearly for checks, there's a time period that it is held, the funds are held. But for cash, there's no holding. Now, what this does as a recycler, it reduces your cash in transit cost. Because usually, with the other ATMs, with what we call the cash dispenser, all it does, it pays out cash. And it is reducing the holding of cash in the machine. With a cash recycler, when your members deposit cash inside this machine, it also is added to the existing cash in the machine, and as a result of that, you don't need to load that machine with as much cash as often as you normally do. So that in itself lowers your carrying cost of cash. That's what this ATM here will do. Now it comes with certain special security features. It has the card reader. Now normally you'd stick your card reader in an ATM the long way. With this machine, you'd have to insert your card across like this. Why is that? How important is that? Now you'd have read about the many, just recently, I think last week, they called 3 guys who were setting up skimming devices on ATMs. This machine, if they tried to do it with this machine, they would be defeated. Because this machine if you attach anything at the front, the back, the middle, wherever it is on this card reader, it will detect it. And it will literally shut down. It can shut down the machine depending on how you program the machine. Now, how does the inserting the card across as opposed to the long way, how does that help? With the existing skimmers, you know your card, it has a magnetic strip at the back. When you insert it the long way, the skimming device is reading the magnetic strip. So when you insert it, it reads the head, and that's how it captures the information. With this machine, when you turn it this way, remember those readers? It's looking for something this way. But where's the magnetic strip now? Across. So there's a special device here that is reading it across. So the existing skimmers cannot be attached. It will not work with this machine. So if you have one of these, you are ahead of the game, or ahead of the skimmers for right now. It also, this machine, if you try to remove the card reader and insert a different card reader, when the card reader is being installed, it is paired to this machine. What that means, no other card reader can be put on this machine excepting that one that is inside there. If we change it, there's a process that we have to go through that goes well, I won't even go through the details of that. But once we change, we can change it, we know what we're doing, and we can encode and do what is necessary. But if they come and try to take out this card reader and insert their card reader, the machine goes down. And it will send off all kinds of alarms, systems, what have you, ringing bells, what have you, so that you know something is going on. So from an anti-skimming perspective, the technology is very advanced with this. It helps to lower your cost of carrying cash. No longer are the days when you have to be using 2 persons to count, dual custody to check your deposits. All of that is handled by this one machine. So this is something that I'm sure a number of you already know about it. A number of you have actually bought into this one. Mr. Bettis he can talk to you about that, right? That is from so this machine is there. Now I turn my attention to our payment point of sale machine devices. And these are the various models that we currently service. This here we have is the VX820. This is a desktop module. However, a very sturdy machine. You can drop it and it will take a hit and keep on, as they say, ticking. This one is a wireless device. So I always advise customers, when you're using your card, never lose sight of this. If this is your debit card or your credit card, never lose sight of this. In 10 seconds, amazing things can happen to your card. So if you give that is why we encourage people to use the wireless, or if they don't have wireless, just stand up and be vigilant and make sure that they don't do anything else with your card. Because this is where your card can be duplicated. I've seen instances where someone take a card from you and it fell on the floor. And they bend down to take it up, but they have a little device in their hand. And when they bend down, they swipe, come back up, and then they tell you, put in your PIN. And they're seeing all of that. So never lose sight of this. I said that to say this. Now we have also, this is another wireless device, which pretty sturdy. The difference is this one is colored, and it has all the displays on the screen. This one has actually keys that allows you to input the functions. This one is a very sturdy, the 520, a different type of 5. This is a 520, this is a 520, but this one is very sturdy. This is actually dual, so it will allow you to put in a SIM card in this, as well as you can plug the Ethernet card in, and it will work. And then the last one here, this is another 520, a different 520. This one, no, it's not. It is black and white. It has the function keys here, unlike well, this one has it too. The function keys are to the side, and a very sturdy machine also. All these devices we sell, all these devices we support, all these devices we repair. In fact, some of our largest customers are banks when it comes onto this side of the business. Some of our largest customers, we go there. If you use these devices, we will support you. If you don't need to have employees to go and fix these or to get them exchanged, MC System takes care of all of that for you. So essentially, our payment arcade, we are responsible for making life easy for you and your customers, convenient. We are not locked into your opening hours. When you are closed, why should your customers not have access to their funds? And that is what we do here at the Payment Arcade.
Magic Development Center. Now, this is the hub of innovation of MC Systems. This is where we develop our solutions. Actually, this is where I call the lab within MC Systems. And to tell us some more about that, we have Tamik Hines.
I'm the software development manager at MC Systems. So essentially, it would have shown Michelle going to a smart ATM. At the smart ATM, she chooses the option to do a cardless deposit. She's asked to enter the account number that she wishes to deposit the funds to. It also requests her mobile number. At that point, she deposits or enters the cash into the machine. As Horace said earlier, it's a smart machine. It counts the notes. It will present a confirmation screen with the account number, the mobile number that she had entered, as well as the amount after counting the cash. At that point, she submits, confirming that, yes, this is what I want to do. It invokes what we call VAT, Value Added Transaction Service. That's a layer that we created. And that VAT essentially uses some services that we would have developed for a financial institution. And it would invoke the SOA service to search for the account in the core banking system. After confirming that, yes, this account exists, it would then deposit the funds to the account. Instantly, the money hits the account and is accessible to the account holder. It also invokes the SMS service, another service that we would have developed, and sends a message to the account holder that you have received some funds in your account. At this point, Michelle would also receive a receipt from the ATM indicating that the transaction has successfully completed. Now, throughout that, we would have mentioned VAT, and we also mentioned SOA. SOA, service-oriented architecture. It's basically a style of developing applications for integrations. And what it involves is breaking down the application into small reusable services. And having these services, you can reuse them, extend them, use it to integrate with external applications. The idea is to have these services that you can, instead of building new integration points from your various channels, this is something that you would have and reuse across the various channels, whether it be a mobile application, a web application, a teller solution sitting within a branch. Other financial institutions that we have worked with, as I mentioned, the cardless deposit. It's not just deposit, we also can do bill payment from the ATM, we can do loan payments at the ATM, and of course this is instant. So it's acting almost like a smart kiosk. Fine, so what we would like is, after the tour itself, we would like you to come back and we'll talk about additional solutions that we have, mobile solutions, remittance solutions, and other banking solutions, and let's see how we can make magic for the credit union sector.
We're leaving the Magic Center. We're going across under the dome. And the dome is the center of innovation. And the man of the moment here is Mr. Colin Burgess. Take it away, Colin.
Thanks, Dajri. Today, I'm looking forward to showing you guys how we can use our solutions to deliver great value for your infrastructure. Earlier, we talked about the ATM, we talked about the different applications. how are you going to run these applications effectively? Do you guys have a proper disaster recovery plan in place right now? Let me just go through more of the concerns, right? One of the main concerns that you should be looking at right now, I'm sure you'll be looking at now, is to find a way how you can actually reduce your IT operation costs and also increasing your income. How are you guys going to back up your mission critical data? As I mentioned earlier, do you have a disaster recovery plan in place? What if you should have a hurricane tomorrow? What if one of your devices or your server failed tomorrow? What would you do? Right. There's also another challenge in terms of your data. Is your environment, the data is growing very fast? How are you managing those infrastructure? A lot of IT environments today, IT managers, they are looking more to consolidate their environment. You have a lot of servers, you have a lot of switches, you have a lot of cabling. It looks very untidy. We have the right infrastructure now that we can consolidate everything in one to make it easier, right? You have environment now, you have limited skill sets. How are you going to operate? How do you need to, get the new skill sets in house? Well, we have the technology in place where you don't necessarily need networking knowledge. You don't need server or storage knowledge. Just basic IT knowledge, and by a click of a button, we can present you with a server or an environment without having a lot of background knowledge to, in how to configure an environment. And this can save you guys a lot of cost. Right now, a lot of the businesses nowadays, they actually spend more time focusing on troubleshooting IT-related issues. What the business really want to do is to focus more on looking at the core business functions rather than troubleshooting issues. And we have the right solution for you guys, where you can think less about troubleshooting an issue and more thinking about growing the business while you're increasing revenue. One of the other concerns is your network. A lot of persons complain about slow internet. You're browsing the internet slow. You're trying to copy a file over the internet, over the network. It's very, very slow. We have the solution. We have the skill set in house. We have the capability to help you guys, to assist you, to consult with you and show you how you can improve all of these issues. One of our main technology that we can use to remediate these problems and mitigate against these is our SimpliVity. You heard them mention about a SimpliVity box earlier. It's not really the server. It's actually something else you're going to get as a gift. So it's not a SimpliVity box. Okay, but what the SimpliVity actually does, right? It's a hyper-converged solution where it actually, how it stores data. So for example, you have 120 terabytes of data, right? It actually can store the 120 terabytes of raw data down to 3 terabytes. That's how efficient it is. And for example, if you're trying to back up your information from a remote site to your local site or vice versa, you can back up that in seconds, within minutes. And we have the solution to provide that kind of capability with you. And you don't have to think about the skill set. If you have VMware running, we have the technology to run all of that. We have another solution. A lot of organizations nowadays, what they are trying to do is they do a lot of testing, a lot of dev environment, UAT testing, and what you want to be able to spin up an environment very quickly. We have the right solution for you guys, where you can just click of a button and you bring up an environment. You can use the same test environment and put it into production environment very, very quickly. And the next thing is, how are you going to back up your information? we have another technology called the HPE Store Ones, wherein you can back up that information to the cloud, you can back up locally within minutes. I'm sure a lot of you guys right now probably experiencing long backup hours. You try to back up your information, it takes hours, all weekend. How about trying to back up that information within minutes, within seconds? We have the technology to help with that. And we have a solution that is displayed on this board here. It's the InfoSight solution, wherein you can take your camera. What it does, right? It actually proactively monitors your environment, right? Remember earlier I mentioned about mitigating against risk, and you don't have to think about troubleshooting and spending a lot of time troubleshooting your environment. Well, this is the solution for you. And guess what? This solution is actually it's free of cost. If you guys right now have a HP servers in-house, come in January early, this solution will be supported. Currently right now it's supported on our 3-power system, Nimble and Store Ones, but very soon we will have this ready. But right now it's in beta mode, and Ernesta will be showing you a little demo in terms of some of the logs that we actually collect and that. And also we have a wireless solution named Aruba. What the Aruba does is it's a Wi-Fi solution that can operate both on-premise and in the cloud. And it has a cool feature, an analytic feature. What the analytic feature does is it can manage user, where the users are in your branch. So for example, let's say you want to push a promotion to a user at any of your branches. You can set up like an access once a user trying to log into that web page, it push a promotion. You can even force them to even listen to a video. It can even get more advanced. We can even give you a solution with wherein you have an app on your phone, and once you walk past the Wi-Fi, you don't even have to connect. Once you walk past it, it recognizes you. And you can push promotion to that user, that customer, I mean. So if you're interested in that, we can provide you with that. And just to let you guys know, we also provide support for security. You have your environment, you need to secure it. How are you going to secure it? A lot of persons, they got compromised by ransomware, And security is not only a technology. You have to educate your users. So when they get an email, you have to educate them. Don't be quick to click on something, right? But we have the technology, we have the skill set, we can guide you, we can consult with you guys, even down to your simple email. How does your email filter right now? Do you even have a filtering system for your email? We can provide you with that. And also, we also provide managed infrastructure services where we can manage your network. As I mentioned earlier, we can help you to improve your performance on your network, provide the consultation, provide you with the right technology so your network can move more efficiently. And finally, I'm going to ask Ernest, you wanted to just go through just to show them, just to give them an idea of what is there, our free InfoSight software that can help you guys to mitigate. And after that, we'll have Renex from Microsoft, just to take you guys through our Microsoft Azure and Office 365 suite. All right. Okay.
So as I said, Collins mentioned, HPE delivers a new solution for all the customers with this cloud platform that is our new flag for selling products. So basically, This is gonna give you all your managed environment in one single website. It's for free, as Colleen mentioned. When you purchase an equipment, you just can register the product. Right now, we're showing in the screen, this is the beta live demo for the InfoSight for ProLiant servers, including Synergy, Apollo, and regular DL and ML servers. This is gonna be live in January. So let me guide you real quick in the solution. You will have a dashboard where you can see what's going on with your servers. All the platform is connected through the ILO device in each server. So the ILO is going to report what's going on in each equipment, and this platform is going to take the information to provide you all the details. And it's not only showing you the dashboard, it's going far. So basically, this tool is going to tell you, for example, if a hard drive is going to fail in the next 2 months. So how this works, basically this is connected to all the equipments in the world, of course the HP equipment, and the tool start predicted analyzing if anything is weird happening in any specific device in the world. So if this tool detects that something is happening, it's going to match in the entire environment if any other customer has a similar infrastructure, and prevent that customer to, let's say, to apply a specific firmware that may cause an issue in your equipment. So the platform is very robust. Let me show you real quick the one that is for our storage devices. Basically, this solution came to HP when they buy Nimble. Nimble was the one that delivered this solution. In this case, InfoSight right now is compatible with 3-part StoreOne and all the Nimble portfolio. Let me show you real quick here. This is the dashboard. Just 1 second. What's going on here? There you go. This is the main dashboard where it's showing you what's going on in that specific device, and as well it's going to tell you if you need to perform any tweak in the system in order to improve performance if you had a performance issue. It is compatible as well with all the VMware environments. In this case, of course, it's going to be related to the virtual machines that are using the space in the storage devices that are connected, in this case, to the InfoSight platform. So as you can see, these are virtual machines that are using a specific space in those devices. You can see clusters, you can see data centers. Basically, with one click, you will have everything you need. And the most important part, this platform is gonna eliminate that original support way when you call to the first line support, and then that person is not able to fix your issue, send you to the second level support. At the end, this platform is gonna open and close automatically the cases directly to HPE, and you as an end customer, you are not going to be related if any issue is in that equipment. Basically, the platform do it itself, and the only scenario when you receive a call, because that's how they work, they call the customer, is when they detect that there is an issue that must be handled with the developer team in HP. So it's going to be the level 3 team that is going to call the customer and tell them, hey, we need to do this, and these changes because you're currently having an issue. But that is basically the platform. I'm not sure, Colleen, if
yeah. So if you guys are interested, we can, have a one-to-one, or we can arrange a meeting and go through it more. And I'm going to ask Renex now to just give you guys an overview of our Azure platform and Office 365.
Okay. All right. So good afternoon, everybody. It's actually a pleasure for me to kind of have a quick conversation with you. Microsoft has actually been doing a tremendous amount of work in building out cloud platforms, of which MCS is actually one of our key partners here in Jamaica. And essentially this afternoon, what I want to talk to you guys about is three core things, right? And I've heard from payments and payments actually running on our infrastructure as a service platform, which is Azure. And what Azure actually allows you to do is take the things that are probably better run in a hyper-scaled environment and have you go ahead and do that in an environment which is run by Microsoft, but still have that level of connectivity back to your on-premise infrastructure. Why would that be of interest to any of you? Well, there are a couple of things, right? So as you are thinking about keeping pace with the other competitors, right? So whether it's the bank or it's other credit unions, there are new applications and new solutions you're going to need to roll out. Some of them may actually require greater amount of hardware processing capacity, of which to make that spend right there and then, the business may not necessarily be able to afford. And what we do is we give you the ability to go ahead, build that out, use it for the duration of time that you want to, and then be able to come back to on-premise. And that is actually one of the core distinctions between ourselves and our other cloud competitors, right? This ability to use what you have in terms of your own investment and leverage Microsoft to be able to fill out the rest, all right? The other bit is productivity. So productivity is a big deal. I mean, more and more customers that we talk to, we find that people are now thinking, well, how can I work closer as a team? How can I empower people from, not necessarily coming into the office, but meeting the customers where they are, but still being able to be productive? And what we have been able to do is deliver the kind of tried and tested and proven solutions that we had on premise in the cloud through Office 365, and also taking the big step in terms of securing the platform as well. So those persons who are not necessarily aware, things like GDPR is coming. Well, it's here, by the way, right? There's actually a bill or an act. Well, it's a bill now. It's not an act till it's passed, right? It's a data protection bill, which will require you as a financial institution to make sure that you're taking care of customers' data in a particular way. Believe it or not, by simply being on Office 365, you're actually hitting a lot of the requirements already for GDPR, as well as FYI, you'd have been meeting some of the requirements for on-premise. So if you're interested in productivity, enhancing the experience of your own users and your customers, having people being able to go to where customers are, but driving some of the compliance and rules and regulations that are coming, Office 365 is the solution for you. And then lastly, we have Dynamics 365. Now that's a part of Microsoft's big three cloud strategy. And Dynamics 365 actually helps you to, augment some of the solutions that you have on premise, whether it's data solutions, whether it's CRM solutions, or customer relationship management solutions. I know MCS did a great job in building out a CRM solution. I don't know if I can use the customer's name, pretty big customer, right? But those are some of the things that persons are looking to do, which is engaging people, using data to make sure that the experiences for persons are better. And essentially what Microsoft's job is simple, right? It's to build platforms that are cost-effective, secure, right? And give you the ability to choose whether you want to go hybrid, right? Whether you want to be on-premise or you want to be in the cloud, all right? So, I mean, most of the persons I see here, there are a couple of you who are already using our platform. What I'll encourage you is, if you're interested in anything that I've just spoken about, I haven't gone into things like disaster recovery and all of that stuff. I'm trying to keep it at a business level, but if you want to have a deeper discussion about how we can save you money, how we can save you time, how we can help you to compete in the digital transformation that's happening, come on over to MCS, we'll book a session and we'll have a one-on-one, all right? Yeah, that's pretty much it.
And just to wrap up, just to let you know, our technology is all cloud ready. If your environment is not cloud ready right now, if it's not a hybrid environment, you definitely need to move to that. Thank you, guys.
So, pretty much that concludes our tour. Thank you very much for coming. Please spread the news that you had a wonderful day, whether or not it's so. Well, I know you had a wonderful day. So I want to say thanks again and all the best to you.